wala po akong masasabi sa inyo, kundi nagpapasalamat. Maraming salamat at dito niyo pinatanggap itong King of the Mountain Trail Run. Maraming salamat. With regards dito sa atin, sa 𝗨𝗂𝗲, ina-assure ko naman po sa inyo that 𝗨𝗂𝗲 is the hope of loving people. So, siguro naman with regards sa safety ninyo, masasabi ko na talagang safe kayo dito, except, syempre, hindi naman perfect yung mga tao dito. Isa lang siguro ang masasabi ko na parang kailangan pa namin. Siguro yung mga tao lang dito is shy. Yun lang. So, pag nakita niyo yung mga taga-𝗨𝗂𝗲 doon sa daan at nakangiti lang na parang ayaw magsalita, siguro pag inumpisahan niyo kayong maunang magsasalita, makikiusap sa kanila, for sure, they are very much interested na makipag-mingle sa inyo. At saka, isa pa, alam niyo naman dito sa amin, as you can see, nag-uumpisa pa lang yung mga projects na ganito regarding tourism dito sa amin, dito sa 𝗨𝗂𝗲. So, pagkatapos, every time na pagkatapos natin itong event, wini-welcome namin kahit na whatever na comments o kaya suggestions or feedbacks na mabibigay ninyo sa amin, very much welcome po yun. Para naman sa susunod ay mabigyan namin ng pansin yung mga hindi namin naibigay o nagawa ngayon. At siguro hindi namin kayo marirecognize just in case na ma-correct namin yung mga hindi pa namin nagawa ngayon. Bahala na siguro ang Panginoon ng ang Tagalog magsubalit. Yung magbigay ng parangal sa inyo kung may masabi, may tulungan kayo or yung may contribute kayo para sa improvement pa ng tourism dito sa amin sa 𝗨𝗂𝗲. I'm sorry, Madam, probably didn't understand. All I'm saying is thank you for being here in 𝗨𝗂𝗲, and thank you for joining the event, and you are very much welcome. Siguro yun lang siguro masasabi ko, at maraming behalf ng Sangguniang Bayan ng 𝗨𝗂𝗲. We thank you all. Thank you, and we love you very much.
Thank you, Kagawad Romeo. At this point, I'd like to welcome as the good mayor, Dr. 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃, to welcome everyone. Si Dr. Balasya po.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Welcome po dito sa magandang, tahimik at malinis na lugar po ng 𝗨𝗂𝗲, 𝗀𝗏𝗲. Unang-una po, nais ko pong magpasalamat sa inyong lahat sa pagpunta nyo dito, sa pakikipag-ugnayan ninyo kay Mr. Jonel Mendoza tungkol dito po sa ating King of the Mountain Trail Run Philippines, 𝗨𝗂𝗲𝗃. Sir Jonel was the one who pioneered the King of the Mountain Run. That was 2012. It was during the term of my younger brother, Attorney 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, as the mayor before. And to all the pioneers of this King of the Mountain Run, siguro naman napansin ninyo maraming pinagbago ang 𝗨𝗂𝗲. Sobra? Salamat naman po. Maski po nagbago, maski po maraming, or maski na po sobrang ipinagbago, ikinaganda ng 𝗨𝗂𝗲 tungkol sa infrastructures, ang masasabi ko po, yung mainit, maalab na pag-welcome po sa inyo ng mga taga-𝗨𝗂𝗲, andyan pa rin po. At sana po sa susunod na mga events ng King of the Mountains, magkikita pa rin po tayo. Kasi andito naman po nakalagay. So hanggang May po tayo magkikita. And please don't forget to buy our products. Andun po. Marami po. Ay, hindi po maraming pera. May pera po kayo. Malaki po ang may tutulong ninyo sa livelihood ng aming Women's Association, ng aming mga organic farmers, organic producers dito po sa bayan ng 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Huwag po kayong umuwi na empty-handed. Go home with lots of vegetables, organic vegetables, preserved goods, at mga may rice wine po kami. Masarap po ang rice wine ng 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. So please don't forget to bring home, and I hope you would enjoy the climate, the terrain, and the peacefulness of this town. And you are always welcome po. Even if it's not an event, even if it's not the King of the Mountain Trail Run, you are always welcome to drop by our place anytime po na gusto ninyo. Our building, our office is always open. We always have coffee, brewed coffee. Yun po ang aking thank you, and God bless us all. Thank you, Sir Julian. Thank you, Sir.
Thank you, Doctora, for the warm welcome. At this point, we'd like to, Mitos, there's a short presentation. When we started in 2012, maliliit pa ho sila. Adult na sila. That was yung mga nauna dito, si Parang John. Nakita nyo, ganyan pa lang sila. Lalaki na sila. Si Mitos, the very energetic tourism officer of 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to present 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. So 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 literally means dance until you're tired or exhausted. So there will be different positions that they are going to present with also meaning. The team is composed of LGU, of these municipal employees, and some members of 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, which is a women's organization in 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. So later on, you will also you will also try to dance to join them after they will present all the position, the 8 different kinds of position of dancing.
kami sana.
Our good neighbor, Municipality of 𝗀𝗃. Yung mga sasayaw, panalo na, yung mga sumayaw, panalo na sila. Thank you.
Okay, maraming salamat. Muntik na ako mag-DNF. Anyway, DNF is not finished. Anyway.
May data ka nun, Luis? May data ka? May data ka?
Bago ako i-remind ko lang sana kayo na please patronize the local products of 𝗀𝗃.
Oo. Sabi ba kayo sir?
Rice wine.
Wala.
Para kung mag-DNF kayo, meron kayong iinumin habang malungkot. So anyway, good afternoon everyone.
Sinabi ko sa munisipyo.
Hindi, sasabihin naman dun eh.
Good afternoon.
Ano ba sabi? Sinabi ko sa munisipyo.
Ang sabi mo dito.
Yung mga hindi nakikinig dyan, mawala kayo, walang sisihan. Okay, good afternoon, I'm Janelle Mendoza. I am the founder of 𝗃𝗲𝗹𝗃 and formerly the race director. since the inception on April 1, 2012. Mayor, good afternoon. Thank you for your warm welcome as always. It's been 11 years, 12 years, and malaki man ang pinagbago physically ng Qiapa, the warmth is still there. Thank you very much. Alam niyo, as I always say, Qiapa is always worth coming home to. Because you feel like family dito sa Qiapa. And that's what 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 is all about. Thank you, Kagawad, for your welcome. Thank you to the dancers. Narigat kayang bataranan mo din. Narigat pa lang. And of course, to the very energetic Mitos, Wallace, thank you. Since day one that I met her, she has always been full of energy. Qiapa is lucky to have somebody like you. I have seen all your activities. Congratulations. Yung mga gusto ko mag-mountain bike, she conducts mountain bike rides here in Qiapa. And in coming March, di ba, you have a hike in Old Spanish Trail, Mount Ugo in Old Spanish Trails for only 1,500. May dinner na. May t-shirt pa, may ride pa. O, di ba? So, yung mga gustong mag-OST sa March, libreng familiarization trek. That's free familiarization trek. So, you can check her Facebook or Qiapa. Huh? Okay, you can register. And two things that we love about Qiapa, of course, aside from the warm welcome as always. Brewed coffee is free-flowing and sweet potatoes. All the vegetables I understand are organic also. Okay? Anyway, na-miss ko kayo. I missed everyone. It's nice seeing everyone. It's been 4 years since we were last here. And it's nice to be back. In fact, in 2020, even there was a lockdown, I was getting inquiries from abroad. But I told them that I will still talk to the President if he will allow us. Anyway, since the new President came in and he said with certainty that there will be no more lockdowns, that's when I started planning the 2023 season. And of all places, Mayor and I met for the first time in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is in the foot of Mount Pulag. It's like 3 hours ride from here. For those who have done H1 and P1, that's where the good mayor and I met for the first time. So thank you for immediately approving. To give you a short history of 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, it was on December. I remember December 28, 2011, when I and a friend approached the younger brother, Attorney 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, to ask permission to conduct a race. And he immediately approved of it. And he did not only approve of it, he suggested new routes, Old Spanish Trail, Amelong Labeng, and of course the kicker was the back trail going to Mount Pulag. Of course that sent my adrenaline going. And the problem was, nobody knew, even from his staff, the distances. So that's what we did for how many months. We went around the whole place. And finally, we were able to come up with 42, which is happening tomorrow. And in March, we will have the Old Spanish Trail. You might be wondering, Old Spanish Trail, because back in the day, the old municipal hall was located in Qiapa proper, and that is adjacent to the boundary of Pangasinan. So we can surmise that Old Spanish Trail was used by the Spanish missionaries then to come and Christianize the whole area. And of course, we have also 4 lakes. These 4 lakes is not the same 4 lakes of Benguet. I didn't know about it. So with all due respect to them, I didn't really know about it. I just counted the lakes that I was passing by, na nadadaanan ko that time. So that's when I coined the word. And of course, we have Pulang 100. This year, it will be the first 100 kilometers. It's actually more than. It will start from 𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗳𝗶𝗶, pass through Castillo, Mount Ugo, eventually exiting in 𝗃𝗃𝗹𝗃. The purpose of this is to introduce not only to the local community, but to the foreigners that there is a trail, a safe trail that exists here in this area. So we designed it the easiest way, possible. The more difficult edition will come in the next edition. This time I'll be generous enough to give you the very friendly route. It is nice. The point is that when we presented this to DOT, I was excited, Mayor, kasi sabi ko, finally we can have multi-day hikes. Now, they can stop in Itogon or the 𝗨𝗰𝗲𝗄 for the first day. The second day, they can stop in 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. The third day, they can stop in 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗃. Of course, the climax will always be the hike in Mount Ugal, of which 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 is a part of. If you notice, yung summit itself is the boundary of Vizcaya, Ifugao, and Benguet. And nagkataon lang po na Benguet is the gateway, kaya mas kilala po siya. Pero if you will take a look further, Bayang Baguio, meron din siyang trail doon, which is used by hardcore. Okay? Ano pa ba? Even though I'm no longer the race director, I have asked the new race director to implement the rules as we have done in the past. For example, bukas, this race starts at 4 a.m. Don't tell me if you are late that there's traffic, okay? Because there's no traffic. We will not allow you to start if you are late. Then, the mandatory gear. I hope you, while you still have a chance, you have check the website. You can check the website for the list. Because along the way, marshals will ask you randomly. Do not take it personally against them. It's just part of their job to ask about it, okay? It's not for us, it's for your own good, for everyone's good, okay? And the cutoff for Mount Ugo, the marathon itself, there's a cutoff at the summit of 7 hours. So the marshals have been briefed, the sweepers have been briefed that if the last runner is beyond cut-off time of 7 hours at the summit, he or she will be escorted to the 𝗏𝗏post to take the ride back here. And to rub salt, you will have to pay for the fee, for the DNF fee. Okay? So better make it. Number 2, I think for the 25K is 8 hours, right? Yeah, 8 hours. So you have 8 hours to finish the 25K. The turnaround point is overlooking Mount Ugo. So in your next participation for the KOTM, you can make that as a goal. Mount Ugo is waiting for you. Due to the developments made, what used to be single track trails are now dirt roads. Kasya na 4x4 vehicles will fit. So the race director was very what do you call this? Diligent, looking for new trails, single track trails. So the first change that you will see is you will no longer pass by the 7-kilometer road all the way to the bridge. After 3 kilometers, there's already a what do you call this? Trailhead. Okay? Any more questions? I see that there are first-timers here, a lot of first-timers. So welcome to the KOTM family. Let me also take this opportunity to thank everyone. Of course, the Kaya PLGU led by Doctora, and our volunteers and marshals. Our marshals and volunteers vis-a-vis with the runners is almost is a 1:2 ratio. So I think you will be taken care of very well. I have left it to the new race director to prepare the menu for you. If you need anything else, just let us know. Let me thank everyone. But before that, let me acknowledge my fellow race directors, my good friend, 𝗀𝗃𝗲𝗃, Lakanlale, attorney. He is the race director of 𝗃𝗰𝗲𝗃 50 miles and 60 kilometers. Just to be, it was during our time that he launched, it is 2012, ano? 2011. That time when we were starting to introduce, well, not really introduce, but, well, create our own events. There were no events really to speak of. There was only North Face, where we had to wait for 1 year to engage again in the sport. Bali Trail Challenge in Nubali, CM50, KOTM. We used to call them underground races back in the day kasi walang suporta. Bayan na wala pa rin suporta. But we are glad that back then you could see the races far apart from each other. And when we were modest, please be patient, modest aside lang. Back in the day, there were no really great races to speak of. And we thank everyone for patronizing our races then, up to now. Mga old-timers. Rhea, Stephen, sino pa ba mga army dyan? Ken, these are my fellow artists. Frank, my fellow artists. Have I missed someone? My fellow race directors. Si Jay Malinaw, palapakan mo natin. They are the next generation of race directors. And I'm happy that I will be leaving the sport in good hands. Attorney John is also resuming his race come November. Okay, you can do that, CM50. It's a good race. You become a certified badass, like I am. But it's a good race. So once again, let me thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. Really, how I wish I could do run again, but as you can see, I'm as healthy as I am right now. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Trail running would not be here. Even KOTM, not CM50, not even the new races today kung wala kayong nagsusuporta. My advice to you as new runners, or basically, well, I see some new faces kasi. You embrace the sport for what it is. You do not whine on Facebook. You'll get lost tomorrow for sure. Some of you will, 100%, some of you will get lost. No matter how diligent the markings are made. As we speak, the 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗃 brothers are remarking the course again just for you. Tomorrow, there will be 4 runners who will be leaving at 9 p.m. tonight, 9 p.m. just to check on the ribbons. But knowing trail runners, some of you still get lost. I bet. There is no perfect trail race. In all my years of directing races, I've always learned or picked at least one lesson, and I have applied it for the good of all of us. So yun lang po. Maraming salamat po. I hope to see you in the race. Have a good time and stay safe. Good luck everyone. At this point, I'd like to introduce the new race director for King of the Mountain, Robert Watson.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone here for patronising the 𝗪𝗪𝗲𝗃 Marathon again. It's been quite a few years since we've actually run the 𝗪𝗪𝗲𝗃 Marathon, so we had a few other races in between, closer to the 𝗪𝗏𝗏 area, 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃. But I also want to say thank you to 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 for putting his confidence into myself and also my team as well. to help, essentially transition the organisation of the race series across. So he's obviously still involved. He's in the background, prompting me, helping us, and making sure we have a good experience for everyone here. So I'm not going to reiterate what Janelle's already said. He's given a bit of a history. I myself have, for more than 12 years now, been running races in the Philippines. My first event was actually a North Face event in 2011. But my first event with Janelle was actually in 𝗏𝗏𝗏, also in 2011. So that was one of his first trail race events even before King of the Mountain existed. But I've been here many years, both as a racer and also helping from a marshalling perspective or for other perspectives as well, and in the background. But now we're kind of taking this race series a little bit into the future. We're starting to bring in a few more, technical enhancements, but also making the basic feel of the event a little bit more international flavour, right? We're not there quite yet, but hopefully over time, the numbers will build. That'll help us also support, new enhancements and obviously a better experience for everyone. Because at the end of the day, it's really about you guys and your experience, right? So that's what we're trying to do here, to make it really great. You go away and you feel like you want to come back again. So really thank you from the bottom of my heart. As Janelle mentioned, we have approximately 50 marshals. I can't be 100% sure, but there's close to 50 marshals overall. I'd have to count them all up. We have, as well as marshals at aid stations, at critical junctions, we also have other marshals there to hopefully prevent you from getting lost, certainly at those major points. But you do need to remain diligent when you're running, right, or when you're hiking. So always keep a lookout for markings. Some sections you won't see as many markings because it's obvious where the trail goes. I mean, you won't have to be pulling out a bolo or cutting your way through anything. So please keep to the main trails unless you see a marking that's telling you to go a little bit off the main trail. And there are a few sections where it goes from, say, a dirt road to a trail. So don't just run blindly ahead following the biggest path you can see, because it's not always the correct route, right? We've redesigned the course this year. We've actually spent quite a lot of time here in 𝗃𝗏𝗏 doing that. The upcoming races as well, there will be some changes. But the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Marathon has probably the biggest changes compared to most of the other routes. It's actually more challenging in my opinion now. Before, the first 10 kilometres was road, but now it's the first 1.5 kilometres is the road, and then you'll be onto single track trail from there. It shortcuts the road a little bit, but you get a lot more trail in the back end of the route before you get to the turnaround. We've also opened up a new 10-kilometre section of trail. When I say new, it's not new, it's an existing trail, but it hasn't been used for a long time. So we actually have one of our locals here. He's also a marshal based in Bundal called Dingo. He spent a week cleaning the trail. So I'd like to say thank you to him for all of his efforts so far. But we also have a lot of other people, marshals around the route who are helping out in all various capacities. So please say thank you. Some of them are locals from here, actually quite a significant number, about 2/3 of them are locals. And about 1/3 are visitors, runners, friends, and so on, who are coming here to help, support the event and to support everyone here. Excuse me. I do want to make a big deal out of the mandatory gear, because I have spent the last 2 days and some nights in the mountains freezing my ass off. So mandatory gear is not a joke. If you get injured out there, you could be hypothermic in 30 minutes potentially, because it's really windy in some sections. Okay, so make sure you have a full waterproof jacket. If you want an extra layer, even a black garbage bag will help you, right? Please have all your mandatory gear. That includes emergency blankets and things like that, because if you are injured, you will get cold quickly if you can't move. Okay, or if it rains, we don't know if it will rain. It was raining here a few days ago. The last 3 days, I don't think there's been rain, but it could be dry, it could be wet here, and it could be dry on the other side. Mount Ugo is dry. It hasn't actually rained for a long time there. but here it's been raining. So you can't judge the weather based on where you are now. And it changes throughout the day. Sometimes it's hot and sunny, like it kind of is now. And then 5 minutes later it can be windy and cold and cloudy and potentially even looking like rain. So please make sure tomorrow morning when we're about to check your gear that you have everything. As Janelle mentioned, that you may be experienced to a mandatory check throughout the event. You may not be, but you will definitely be pulled up at the finish line for a mandatory gear check. Okay, so everyone will be checked at the beginning and everyone will also be checked when they finish. So if you don't have something, you could get some kind of penalty depending on what's missing. So please, if you check it in, make sure you have it at the finish too. Okay. And it's, as Janelle said, it's your benefit. There's no benefit for us making you carry all that stuff. But if you do need it in some situation, or not even yourself, but you find somebody else who needs the help, you have the gear, that's going to help them as well, right? So the new route, there are some existing sections of route that we use. There's a combination of single track trail, dirt roads. The only concrete section you'll experience is the first 1.5 kilometers, okay? The rest is all trails, all dirt roads, okay? So there are some steep climbs, some steep descents, but there's also a lot of runnable dirt roads and also runnable trails as well. So I hope that you like the route. The new section, in my opinion, is actually a beautiful section of trail. I've never seen it before December when I first saw it, when I first showed it. It's a bit cleaner now than it was when I went through, so you won't be having to bring your bowler with you for that one. But it's an existing trail, but it's really quite beautiful. So if you are into taking photos, you might hopefully will have some good shots if it's not cloudy or foggy. So hopefully you'll have some good weather tomorrow. And as I said, the weather could be foggy and cloudy here, but fine and clear on the other side. Okay. So are there any? I won't talk too much more. Tomorrow morning we'll do another briefing at the start line, but just a short one. If I have a few of the markings, I'll show you. So there are reflectorized markings. They are orange with a silver reflectorized strip down the middle. They'll also it may have some Intrepid Spirit barricade tape attached as well, so that's red, but it's not reflective. But there will be reflective markers all the way around the route. You start at 4 a.m. Sunrise is approximately just before 6:30. So for 2 to 2.5 hours, you'll need obviously light. Cut-off time for 42K, as Janelle mentioned, the final cut-off time is 12 hours, so that's 4 p.m. So you have to be back at the finish line by then. You have to have left the summit by 11 a.m. Left the summit, not arriving at the summit. So if you're a minute before at the summit, you better go straight to the summit and then turn around and leave, right? Because if you're still there at 11 a.m., you'll be cut off and you'll be having to hike back to the mountains and then getting a ride from there. So I just want to say thanks again. I hope you guys and ladies all enjoy yourself out there tomorrow. Take your safety seriously, so don't do anything silly or go too fast or anything like that, because we don't want to be sending our rescue guys particularly up to get you, but they are there in case you do fall over. I have a mark here, I fell over on Ugo the other day. So it does happen even if you're just hiking around, right, and doing things. So, but I hope everyone comes back safely, or if there is an untoward incident, it's just very minor. So thank you again. Is there any questions before we wrap things up from anyone? No? You want to say something?
Just in case you're wondering, the electricity will come back at 5 p.m. So you need to arrive. Our venue is at the school. It's at the school. You may start checking at 2:30. You can have your start checking, and coffee will be available. Coffee will be available, and rice cake, and then you can have your light breakfast. For those who are staying in homestays without cooking services, anyone? There's a 24-hour open restaurant just beyond the bridge. So if you want, yung mga gustong mag-breakfast, may open dyan na 24 hours. Okay? Wala akong grab dito. There's no gravity. You can walk. Or if you really want, you can have light breakfast at the school. So may I repeat? The venue is at the school. The start and finish line is at the school. Okay? Okay? Okay. So good luck to you, Mr. RD and your team in Intrepid Spirit. Nito says that you can pick up fresh vegetables on your way home, yung salad. Para may kakainin pa kayo. Kamote pa. Namomroblem, she's having a problem how to dispose of it. Sabi ko, leave it to the runners. And please buy. The vegetables in 𝗂𝗃𝗃 are fresh from the garden and at dirt prices is that? Dirt cheap prices. So please bring them home with you. Si Epoy na nagbabalak na magpuno ng sasakyan, bebenta niya sa Cavite. So that's it. Walang sibuyas dito, sorry. Okay? So I think that's it. Please help yourself. Please po yung produce ng 𝗂𝗃𝗃, ako kasi nag-request yan, baka pwede kayong bumili doon. So, tsaka si Mitos. Again, thank you, Doktora. Thank you, everyone. Have a good race and stay safe. God bless all of you.